back, baby! We're back, baby! Yeah! Woo! We had a group picture. It was very heartfelt. You said what? Okay, thank you. That was actually my question. They're about to get their warm-up on. We have the lovely Mia, a.k.a. Kitsunny, versus HINTZ, one of the Buster Squad coming all the way from Michigan. They're getting their warm-up on Hard Brain, which we have seen plenty of times earlier on. SZA is getting a water break. He's jobs. So, he'll be joining me on the mic in just a moment. I'm cracking open an energy drink because, well, still so much night ahead. Kiz and I will be hanging out with you all for a little bit more for just about a couple of hours. And then we're going to go ahead and swap to our last two, very likely Evil Dave and Roger Clark, which started off the festivities for the day. And yeah, it's going to be pretty fantastic. But if you've ever been to a rhythm game tournament or even a con, everyone also say bye, Mrs. Eijiken, as Mrs. Eijiken goes about her day. But if you've ever been to a con or a tournament, you know that Saturday is the night when things go down, when the fun gets had. When you like, all the energy and the tension that's been built up, you just let it go and you just have a good time. So that's about what's happening. So that's why I'm getting my energy drink. Nonetheless, the energy that's about to go on the match from these two, I absolutely love both of these beautiful teammates to death. And they're also incredibly good at DDR. If you haven't noticed, they're incredibly good at this game. HINTZ also one of the people who is spearheading the community movement of Step Maniacs, or SMX, with the location test being done in with the PFC. With the location test actually being done at the Round 1 in Great Lakes Crossing in Michigan. Whereas Kitsunny has been around for quite a while. One of our favorite people, part of the Valkyrie gang. Also one of the people who is heading up the charge for the I guess you could say the Eastern Pennsylvania crew. Make sure you check out the PA Rhythm Game Discord. All right, so we are going to start off with Squeeze, tail of the tape. They both have a PFC within one perfect of each other. It's gonna be real close. It's gonna be real close. All right, so I know we got some saves. I see the Michigan gang and the PA crew in chat. Both. I'm gonna need for y'all to send your spirit energy to your faves, whichever one you want to win to take this song in this first set. Looking forward to it. Oh, I see some shout out to Team Wawa Venus and fans in the chat. Here we go, y'all. This pool is starting. This pool is now. Let's go. And they are tied, although Andrew is ahead by about 2x points. One thing about Andrew, and he just picks up a great. One thing about Andrew is he is incredibly consistent. But Mia is doing an amazing job of taking advantage of just the mistakes that Andrew is making, and now is ahead by about 3x points right now. But HINTZ is doing an amazing job of catching right back up and clawing it back. And now we are tied as we get ready to come out of this slowdown. And stop section. side, this is super close. We're trading points. Andrew with a little bit of an edge right now. 10-point lead going to Andrew Hintz right now. Ooh, and Andrew barely maintains on it. You saw him when he hit the step jump section to the freeze. He shook his head like, oh, I threw that. Mia took advantage, but it wasn't enough. 14-11 to 14-13, 2 points, 37-8 for Mia, 34-7, one good for Hintz. 2 points. So we come back from the break, and we're already getting spicy with it. Chat, we are already getting spice with it. Yo mama, no, Jomanda. We saw this early on. We have a very intense song, the slowdown section that slowly speeds up to 600 BPM. That gradually hits a stop, and we have the sudden stop throughout. So we are directly into the 17 quarter. Had a nice little way to just kind of ease ourselves up, warm up the legs with 2 15s in a row. Mia with a PFC of 75 on this. Hintz does not have one quite yet, but it's knocking on the door. And Mia turned around, Kitsunny turned around and pointed out to the Wawa Venus crew like, you know this was me. I did this, this was mine. You know what it is. All right, as they're sitting there getting ready to lock it in. Whittling the legs out, absolutely take advantage. I always encourage people to take advantage of the time that is given to you because this stuff is intense. We talked about in the previous poll earlier on is that you don't really get too much. It's just kind of all high speed from here. You're going to get a song that's slow and goes down to MA, or you're going to get something intense. That's where we're at in the tournament. So here we go. Hintz starting off strong with just a little bit of a lead over Mia, about 4 points, but there's so much song left. There's so much difficulty going on that you can't really determine it off of this. Mia picking up a good right before the slowdown, but comes out really strong into it. Hintz still sitting on the PFC as we speed back up. All right, here we go. After this drill section, we're going to open right up into the slowdown. It's going to be very key for them to really dial in the BPM changes and the rhythm to not let it slide. We're speeding up, and we hit the freeze. 6-point difference. Stop. Both of them nailing it. Hintz picking up a couple of breaks right there. Giving Mia a little bit of a chance to catch up, although Andrew is still holding tight. 12-point lead between them. But this is anyone's game. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Eyes open. Let's go. Hintz still up right now. By about 14. He's not going to 24. All right, not too much song left. Here we go. Full combo from both, but Hintz takes it by 31 points, 1935 to Mia's 1904. 78-8, too good for Mia. Hintz, 67-1. Jeez. All right, really? Did I read that right? Did I read that right? They're both doing the same song? Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, all I know, chat, is Destination is getting played. I just don't know how many times it's going to get played. Is it going to get played once? Is it going to get played twice? I don't really know. All I know is some good-ass DDR is about to happen over here. That's what's about to happen. No, okay, I'm getting the head nod. No, they doing it. They really are about to play Destination twice. Okay. Cheers. Destination on the not bad side. Pretty standard. The journey is the destination. So true. Bruh is cooking with that one. All right, and we just got done with the group photo. It was absolutely beautiful. Over close to 300 entrants across 14 different tournaments this entire weekend. I can't believe how far we've come from just being a simple DDR tournament run off of one tab over 6 years ago. So here we are now, 14 tournaments, over 300 competitors, over 500 people in attendance. It's a very beautiful thing. Whether you are in attendance and watching, whether you are at home and watching, whether you meant to be here but couldn't for other reasons, or whether you are just watching us, we love you, we appreciate you, and we couldn't do this without you. So we have Jerry, who just advanced out of the previous pool, going up against Ace Wilson, formerly known as Jay Phoenix. They're going to go ahead and get their warm up started. They're going to go ahead and play ALPACORE. However, their card draw, from what I noticed, is they're going to be playing Destination twice. So, Tizza, hello. It's okay. You know what? It's coincidental that you went ahead and took an extended water break, because I would call it a curse if you returned to the stream and someone started off with Jomanda once again. It almost happened.
I'm glad it didn't.
But we had Kitsunny and HINTZ play off of their set. Their set was using Jomanda. Now we have Ace Wilson and Jerry just off of the previous poll, getting their warm up. I hope you like Destination as a song, because we're going to play it twice.
Oh, that's hilarious. Destination was actually on my card.
Was it?
My pool, yeah. Not for any dispute quality. Because it's Jay. And I used to deploy the Jay to win my match.
Well, it's Jay that is kind of essential. It's a pretty good pick for this section of pool. If you're going to go in that range, if you're going to go on the lower side of the range, you might as well make it something that you need to be a knowledge check for the other players. Yeah. However, the gag is that both of these two said, I bet I have a higher skill check on this song than the other person. And they both, as we were talking about earlier on the stream when Oz was on, they both threw rocks. They both chose the Unga and the Unga was Destination, and they threw rocks. And you know what? That's how that's gonna go. Sometimes it be like that. Rock comes out in frame 0 set, and it's tempting. It's tempting sometimes to just go with the sure thing, but you know, it's gonna make it entertaining for all of us. I love it. I don't mind Destination.
I do enjoy it, to be honest. I think the song's fun. The shots are like bank in the sense that there's a lot of shots.
Yes.
Downs, but like they follow a very clear pattern, and there's at least 2 every time. So once you catch it, you're like, oh, I figured it out.
All right, so we are staying in the 15 holder. I think RTL has told me to record us the wrong song yet again. We gotta, our CO needs to. Oh.
Mic check. Hello, hello.
Okay, there you are. It was your face. Was a mic not on your face?
It was.
Oh, there it is. That's a voice. That's a voice. See,
Starlight, man.
you talk at a normal speaking voice, whereas I'm yelling all the time.
The only reason I'm not yelling is because I almost yelled myself hoarse 2 days ago.
Oh, don't do that. All right, here we go. Starlight Fantasia.
The time-honored tradition of just slamming two songs together. Calling it a new song. Well, I guess not really. It's called it a remix.
You can do no wrong.
I don't mind the patterning of this chart. This song is very...
Yeah, he's picking up a great on that crossover. One of the kind of tricky parts of that song is you come out of that screen to the gallop, and then you have to either get ready to double step or you should kind of turn over yourself to hit them. But both of them still doing really well. Jerry still maintaining that excellent MA and PA that we saw out of the previous pool. Going himself to be quite a force coming into this next pool.
Left base.
Both of them showing that they handled that stop really well, have the chart knowledge.
I crown you king, the combo king.
Slow down, tricky to play on notes, 30-second notes, slow down in the
Yeah.
familiar with the rhythm, to catch you off guard.
But Ace, despite having that great earlier on, he's picking up another one along the way. Doing really well. He's getting a substantial up score off the TV right now. Jerry still sitting on that TSC. And if he comes to these freezes, that's about a 50-point lead. Crispy turns from Jerry as he PFCs it with 1863.
Handling crossovers, handling step jumps, all kinds of different sets.
And Ace with a substantial up score over his previous. We'd love to see those up scores. We love those around here. But we're going to go on the opposite end. We're going to go from a little bit of a more intense 15 to Digitalizer, which has been the favorite pick in the 17th quarter for the tournament so far. And I'm probably just going to guess that this was Jerry's pick. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this was his pick as he has a 99.6 on it. Ace, not bad, also with a 99.3 as well. So he does have the chart knowledge. He does have the chart memory, if you will, the muscle memory of this chart.
So really muscle memory, you played this an hour ago?
Yes. We give credit to where credit is due over here. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna sandbag my boy like that. I ain't gonna sandbag you, fam. But shout out to Ace, formerly known as Jay Phoenix. Someone who's like kind of been on the fence lately. Like, competitive DDR, is it still where I'm at? So it's really good to see him back on the dance floor, back on stream, back in tournament, doing his thing, qualifying pretty high. So he still does have it. Both of these players, although Ace picked up a great, both of them are relatively tied, trading perfect back and forth. Perfect difference between each other.
100 combos. You can do no wrong.
Still not much of a margin.
200 combo. So nice.
13-point difference as we go into this next phase of the song. Jerry still
300 combos.
technique, type MA.
Ooh, and Jerry picked up his first grade, whereas Ace catches a couple of perfect. Ooh, and a little streak of racing good right there. I don't think his position is well.
500 combo.
Having a little bit of trouble.
You're the one they came to see.
Typed up a lot.
That's what I'm talking about. 600 combo. Baby. Stage
Jerry looking scary, Jerry.
Ooh, I like that scary Jerry, and he has been scary. 34 and 2.
Wow, man. I-1800, CX4. Nasty.
So, we're actually going to go ahead and get started with the destinations that both these players we saw on stage. And HINTZ we saw with Kitsunny at the first set, and we just got done with Blue Students. So, both of them have a TFC on this one. Ace over here with a solid 31. Shoots with 37. Pretty well evenly matched on this. So this is going to be one of those, this is going to be a set where it's going to be about percentage. Both of these players picked the same song. They know the chart really well. They felt that this was a chart that they had an advantage on over the other. So whoever wins, so it's going to come down to the result. If you win this one, you kind of have that high morale boost to go into the next one. The second one, you kind of have to go, all right, where did I mess up on? And it becomes a little bit more analytical, so to speak. So far, Ace ahead.
And the entire gap is like the first four gap. HINTZ got right at the beginning. Oh, but he's moving ahead now.
Saying earlier, it is strikingly consistent.
Make some noise. Holla. Psychola.
Hit the 12-point lead. We hit the slowdown.
It is so tough to time the slowdown.
300
I think the slowdown is synced a little bit differently than the rest of the song. The song is a tiny bit early. And I feel like the slowdown gets kind of weird.
You got the flow. Keep up the perfect combo.
Still ahead.
400 combo.
Only 6 points. Oh, we're just picked up some perfect. It's for what?
You got the beat. You got the soul.
Ace is up.
You can do no wrong.
Ace locking it in and ending, but then picks up that last break.
But he still clutches it. 1597 to 1589. The pop-off. You see that pop-off. I got chills from that pop-off right there.
He was hyped for it.
He was hyped, and that's the pop-off of just like, you were just in the zone, you were in the zone. The world just melts away around you. Your breath is being held, and then the relief at the end, you're just like, I did it, yeah!
That's like one of the most stressful moments of any tournament for a competitor is when you look down at the end of the song to go, all right, who won? Because it's really not easy to tell at all when you're playing.
All right, so we are playing again because both of them chose this as their song pick, and it was still available. So Andrew picks up a break earlier on, so let's see if he can go ahead and recover. His MA is incredible. So it's to be expected. However, we just saw Ace pick up the win on that one, so let's see if he can ride that high, so to speak, to going back-to-back 2-0 over HINTZ. He's already up a set in this bracket. We are tied, so it is a lot closer this time. Ace ahead by 4 points. Ace on track now to upscore his personal best.
300 combos. You're gonna break the meter.
Ace now has
Can't wait to see.
breakouts are so fun. I just really like the pattern for the most part.
400 combos.
Good push on both of them for that stop.
Got close a little bit.
Yeah, HINTZ is counting back. Amazed that entire first verse.
Keep up the perfect combo.
He's picked up a break.
But still clutches it out. 1598. 1585. All right, and HINTZ calling a pad. HINTZ calling a pad track, which is okay.
Yeah, doesn't impact the match, but always worth calling out.
Yes, and it's definitely important for the rest of the bracket, for sure.
We almost kind of got a flashback in the first playthrough where A's got a bit of a lead at the beginning of the final slowdown, picks up some greats right at the end, and the gap slams closed, but then he comes away with it. This time, just more of a gap, but kind of saw that great at the end, and I was like, oh, we're going to end up this like +3 business, or it's going to flip this time, but nope, got the run back of the run back.
And you saw HINTZ kind of go, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you kind of said, that it's not really going to affect too much, just because pad errors get rounded up.
Yep.
Ace had just that much of a lead that even if you round it up, what could be considered, from what we saw, like 2 greats during that part. If you rounded up those 2 greats, it still wouldn't be enough to overtake Ace for that one. So Ace wins that 2-0.
Yep.
So now Ace and HINTZ are tied for at the top of the bracket with a 1-1.
Yep. So quick clarification, this is just a pad test. Since they just did some maintenance, they're allowing the players to get a kind of a test maintenance song in there. Just making sure that everything works, feels good, nothing sus is going on. TOs and mechanics are on deck, keeping an eye on things, hoping it's good.
And hopefully Jerry can get a great score on Endorphins. That's Endorphins, yeah.
Endorphins to 15 with the absolute rainbow lead. Middle breakdown.
Look at all that play. You're the combo king.
Yuichi discovers the Rampage and Impact song.
I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna guess that we're good. Yep, gave the thumbs up. All right, so this gets the player approval. So we are now gonna go into our match. Endorphins. I don't think I think Endorphin was the second in the series.
It was Glitter Flatter. Scatter. I just had to show you fire.
Okay.
Second
Endorphin
stage.
was a random song. I hit some arrows. Like 30 arrows.
So we got GERBERA coming from Sound Voltex. Jerry picking up his first break, so now we are both on a full break combo.
Feels like Jerry can pick up his first break in like 6 hours.
Keeping locked in.
You're the combo king.
Jerry picking up his second break. Still in that lead by about 12 PS. Mia doing an amazing job of hitting those crossovers.
Yeah, this is like what? It's like 190 something? Very, very quick. Tough to start over. And also you kind of have to like set up in them in awkward ways. You don't just get to do the crossover at face value. You're coming out of a hole and things like that.
You go to a slowdown. Jerry picked up a miss going into the slowdown. But his play is good enough that he is still maintaining the lead, although Kitsunny is doing an amazing job of keeping it within 9 points. Makes him look good right there. So giving Jerry a little bit of that lead right back. Yo, that MA out of is amazing.
You can do no
Jerry's right there with it. Still maintaining the 20 something DSP.
Look at all that bling. You're the combo king. 300 combo.
I feel like it feels really hard.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe, to be fair, like triple counter is also a 16. So like in that context, it's kind of like, well, I don't think it's
Most of the difficulty for GERBERA is just the fact that it's 200 over 50 BPM song.
Yeah.
So a lot of like those crossovers, those crossover patterns, they're doing at 200. So it's just like, you just have to like really hunker down. Mia was doing an incredibly good job at doing that, but Jerry's MA has just been so good that even when he did let it slip, he was able to just bounce right back.
So next we have glitter, flatter, scatter. I'm not gonna try to say 10 times fast.
I mean, chat, you go ahead and say it 10 times fast. Winner gets a high five.
I don't even know if I would want to type that 10 times fast. But very self-lawn heavy, a lot of stutter stop kind of things on Jax. Slightly telegraph, but definitely a knowledge check and definitely a check on your ability to play by ear instead of playing by eye. Pretty much all of those triplets that you're going to see are going to come with those little stutters. And when you're touching the 30-second mode, it's going to slow down.
Their first break right there, still maintaining the lead by about 90 Fs. And who picked up a miss, which gave Jerry the chance to claw it back. So now we are tied. It'll be trading perfect back and forth. Jerry is a monster. Handling that so far very well.
Ahead.
Yeah, Kitsunny picked up several perfects in a row. Jerry not
a little bit easier than two crossovers. You have a little bit of time to reset it into the steps. This song is fast. 190 seconds. Especially a song like that, just doesn't stop. You feel like you're falling forward. It's like you don't realize there are little moving walkways stopping in the airport.
Jerry takes it 21-12. 20-50. That song is brutal, dude. But shout out to both of them for quite an intense set. Both songs are 200 BPM songs with a lot of foot speed going into it. And please drink some water, y'all. I couldn't be me at the moment. Shout out to both of these players. GG's to both of them. I think Mia is going to go ahead and stay on stage as Ace Wilson's going to come up off of the bench, and this is going to be Mia's third and final song of the pool.
So we're doing one test song again. For those of you not familiar with tape modding, so you're actually literally putting electrical tape, sometimes masking tape, over the top of the sensors to make them closer to the panels, make them a little more sensitive, help make the arrows more flush. But the tape will naturally squish a little bit onto the sensors. So there's a little bit of a breaking in period, but also sometimes it's just extremely finicky. Sometimes you do one thing and you're like, oh, this is great, it works. And sometimes you do one thing and it's somehow worse. So, That is why all of the testing songs are super necessary. And hey, it gives us more opportunities to watch these great players rip a little bit, even if it's just for 20 arrows.
So yeah, so a lot of you have noticed a fun observation is you take a look at shoes. Shoes are definitely everything when it comes to these types of rhythm games, these arrow stomping rhythm games. There isn't a universal recommendation. It's a little bit of everything is different. It's all depending on taste. But Kitsunny is using 2 different shoes to play. Looks like they're using a pair of Nike Frees, as well as another pair of shoes that and a pair of Adidas that I can't quite make out the model.
So that's at first glance, I thought it was just like 2 different colors of the same shoe.
That's what I thought too.
You are absolutely right.
It's not terribly, it's not something you see in rhythm games all the time, but in terms of like the athletics and sports world, it's actually not unusual.
Yeah.
So in American football, punters, they actually use 2 different types of shoes. So their kicking foot, they will use a soccer shoe, and then their other foot that they need to plant with is going to be football shoe. Professional people who do play professional kickball, they do the same thing. Soccer shoe for their kicking foot, and a football shoe for their planting foot.
All right, so we are going to be seeing next phase, the 15, and then we're going to see our good friend Megalara Garuda.
Ooh, that boy back, he back. All right, so I personally I don't think we've seen the next phase in these past few pools at this point, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen it today. I haven't watched every single match, but this was another course trial unlocked from A20 Plus. Really fun chart. I really like the song.
For me personally, this is a song that every time I scroll by it, I go, I have a good score on that. Why do I have such a good score on this song? I barely remember it. Then I play and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's why I have a good score on this song.
It is fairly straightforward as far as 15s go. Nothing too crazy.
And straightforward shows they are within 2 perfects of each other in their PBs. So here we go, y'all. This is going to be a song that's going to come down to their perfect count. Here we go. Eyes open. Ace Wilson, Kitsunny, battling for 3rd place. Let's go, chat. All right, within 1 point of each other.
This song clocks in at 174 beats per minute. Those 16th drills are tricky. Straightforward but tricky. You still gotta be fast enough.
And they're both making it look easy. Let's go. 1 point difference, so we're going to be trading a lead back and forth between these 2.
Really clean MA by both players. Oh, my bad.
Picked up a grade. However, only 1 point behind still. 1 point over 1 point EX.
Well, tied for just a second. Yes, sneaking ahead.
Oh no, picked up a miss.
Got caught double stepping and then moved in the wrong direction for the crossover. It's a hard thing to have to keep track of. Ace by about. Oh my gosh, out of nowhere, in the last 40 or 50 arrows.
You see, look at the faces on both of them. You hear it. Everyone give it up. Give it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. A tie at the last minute. You love to see it. as they hug it out, they're both just like blown away.
Nutty.
That little bit of a break seemed to be just what they needed, actually. Their moods are still very high for LSI, but we're gonna go into that song about the giant hornet, the giant murder hornet, if you will, Megalara Garuda. Song bangs. I don't know what to tell y'all. If you don't like this song, then you know your tastes are weird. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just giving my own opinion. I can do that. So the question is, are they doing the 16 or the 17?
I believe it's the 17.
Okay. I had to check because normally that wouldn't be something that you see happen all the time. But it's like at this case, you know what? It's a valid pick actually. It's a valid pick. It's also a not too common pick.
Yeah. There's plenty of charts you have to learn from Megalara Garuda. Sometimes difficult cards if they're not, you know, kind of like New Century where they're towards the bottom range of 14.
Yep.
They end up with their kind of own brand of trickery and difficulty that sometimes make them pretty unpopular.
Ready, set, step.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Funny, rushing that intro. There's only one or two of the entire intro slowdown, and the lead shows it.
Picks up a great right there.
Super close on these drills. Ace still keeping it single digit. Oh, Ace sneaks ahead by 5 coming into the first chorus. Ace staying gold.
No, it's silent. Like this is such an intensely close match.
Still by 3. 2. Tied. Kitsunny by 1. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep track of it. Oh, Kitsunny sneaks ahead after that last run and clears a big lead, but the slowdown could change that. Let's see if Kitsunny can bring back the MA from the intro slowdown. Oh,
Kitsunny takes it.
1-0.
1941 to 1914, palindrome, same number. Chat, I'm gonna need a GGs. I'm gonna need some GGs in the chat. Holy balls. That was incredible, dude. Wow. That match was super fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. We're moving on to the last match of the pool. HINTZ versus Jerome Jack. So that's going to be hype.
So you're doing head-to-head priority, so if winner moves on. Sort of. So this is an interesting situation where it's going to come down to the amount of wins. Jerry is 2-0 right now. HINTZ is 1-1. It is 1-1. So if HINTZ does win this, and as long as he does, if he goes 2-0, then he's going to, you know, it's going to come down to numbers. If Jerry wins 1, he will have it on wins alone, individual match wins.
Yeah. Yes. The first criteria is match wins, number of people you just straight up beat. Second criteria is song wins. So winning 2-0 is better than winning 2-1. Losing 1-2 is better than losing 2-1.
All right, so starting off, HINTZ is in the lead right now by about about 6 EX right now. Both still sitting on the PSC.
Combo after combo. Look at all those combos.
Fast intro crossover. Both these players very tight, very controlled technique. Lots of double
Jerry
stepping.
drops the freeze. I think he lifted his back heel a little bit too much.
Yeah, you can sometimes get caught by that if you're tapping for time on the freeze and then shift out early. You might have been pulling a little too much out of it. Might get caught with the drop.
But even with that drop, Jerry is now in the lead.
You got the beat. You got the soul.
But the lead is now it's just trading back and forth. This is anyone's game, everyone. This is anyone's game.
3 at EX.
Jerry with a little bit of a lead by about 8.
These gallops are kind of tricky because it alternates between just switching feet and double stepping, both in the gallops and in between them. You really have to focus, can't kind of zone out and go, oh, these kind of gallops. But HINTZ dropping, a few.
And Jerry takes it 19-23 to 19-14. So Jerry is now locking his ticket to move on to the next pool. But for formalities, we're going to go ahead and play the next song.
Music cycle.
MOTL5, one of them.
We're playing the challenge. Let's go.
Yeah, the Expert Challenge cards to MOTL5 are very similar. Challenge just kind of has more movement in the drills. Instead of just straight drill, you're kind of moving one foot. So like right down, right, left. Right down, right, left down. I was saying right down and I was hitting with my left foot. A few more jumps.
Actually, come to think of it, this could also be a very interesting situation as well. Because if HINTZ does force a 1-1 and it goes to tiebreaker and he takes it 2, there's still going to be tied on song winners. And it's, either way, it's going to leave it, I think judging, we're just going to leave it up to it.
Well, so all of the matches have been 2-0 so far. So by winning one song in a loss, Jerry will have one more song win than everybody else with the same record as well.
Okay, you have read the rules in higher detail, but the HINTZ fans, y'all still need to pop off. You still need to send spirit energy to your boy if that's what you want. If you're just here for a good time, let's just respect it. Let's pay attention. Jerry is up right now by about 2 points.
Those jump jacks are so mean. Tied now. HINTZ sneaking ahead on the gallop.
His MA is just beautiful. He just picked up one perfect in that section. So it was enough to maintain the tie.
Couple more 16 points coming up. Oh, started with the wrong foot. Slightly ambiguous patterning there. Starts with the up, down, up after a long break. So you have time to kind of reset to wherever you're more comfortable. But you go right into a left-right pattern. And if you start with the wrong foot, you're going to be backwards. And still, despite that, it's only a 2 EX drop. And it's tied again. Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. We're going to have another close one, chat.
600 combos.
Oh, Jerry by 7. That is that. Jerry coming up one pool, 3-0ing the next pool. And now Jerry moves on to pool 21.